Ha 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 ha. Ma 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 ma. Me 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 me. Ha 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 ha. Hello friends, welcome back to a brand new steaming cup of hot cocoa on my channel. Alright, so I know it's been a couple of weeks. I have been working on a video that I think you guys are really gonna find interesting. This video is gonna be a little bit different from the others. But the great thing about having a personal channel is that nobody can really tell me what I can and can't post on it. So I figured I might as well just try something new, and this isn't really something that has been done before, so let's get this bad boy on the trending page, am I right? So the idea for this video all started when my friend told me that she had met this amazing guy on Bumble, and they had this amazing date and they went salsa dancing, and they are still seeing each other, and it's been maybe a few weeks. Totally hit it off. So me hearing this, I wasn't on dating apps for a really long time, but after I heard her say this, I was just kind of like, maybe I'll give it a try. Who knows? Maybe I'll meet someone, maybe I won't. Whatever. At least it'll be like a confidence boost, right? I've also had some pretty bad experiences on dating apps, so I was hesitant to try it again, but I really wanted to go salsa dancing, so what's the worst that could happen, right? So I downloaded Bumble, and I continuously swiped for a couple of days, and I was feeling kind of down on myself because I only had like 3 matches. I know that sounds kind of like conceited to some people, but yeah, it was only 3 matches of consistent swiping. And I kind of like looked at the accounts a second time and I was like, yeah, I mean, they're cute, but there's no one that I would really see myself dating. And I kind of thought to myself, why is it that I don't really seem to have any luck on dating apps? Both me and my friend who met her guy on a dating app are tall. We're both pretty. We're both actresses. The only difference between us is she has long blonde hair and I have short red hair. I go out quite a bit and I'm usually with a big group of like tall Amazon model looking women. And I've also noticed that when I go out, my blonde friends get hit on before I get hit on, or at all. And in my experience, I'm hardly ever the person that gets approached first. Especially not when I'm with my beautiful blonde model friends. So I kind of thought to myself, was I not matching with people on dating apps because I don't have blonde hair? Ding, 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 ding. In comes the idea for this video. So I have an AI app, and with this AI app, you can change your hair color. I tried out a couple of photos before I had the idea for this video just to see what I would look like with blonde hair, and the results were scarily accurate. They didn't look fake at all. So I decided a really interesting experiment would be to create a fake Tinder profile using photos of myself with blonde hair, long blonde hair. I had longer red hair a little while back, and I don't know, maybe it's also the fact that I have short hair. Maybe guys don't usually like short hair. You know, I just kind of wanted to see what response I would get. As a second part of the experiment, I would then make another profile as myself with short red hair and compare the two. So I just wanted to say before I get any hate on this video that I know how hard it is for people on dating apps with catfishing and people pretending to be people that they aren't. You know, you get your hopes up and then it turns out that the person that you were really liking that you met on a dating app isn't as great as they look like in their pictures. So this experiment wasn't meant to be malicious. I had no intention of actually meeting the people or even really talking to any of the people that I matched with. Definitely didn't want to waste anybody's time. I was just curious and I wanted to answer the question. Do gentlemen prefer blondes? Really though, do they? Or is this just some like weird idea of beauty that society has taught me to believe? Maybe it's all in my head, maybe it isn't. I don't know. That's why I wanted to find out. Alright, so enough chit chat, let's get right into it. Let's talk about what happened with the Blond account. So I decided to make Tinder my app of choice. I made the account on Monday, January 28th. I used the photos of myself with blonde hair. I called myself Ashley. I listed my job as a consultant. There wasn't really too much about me in there. I didn't want people to like, I don't know, think, oh man, I have a lot in common with this person. So, and then eventually, you know, think that they like me. So it was very vague. I kept it very vague, just some pictures of myself and a job description. And let me tell you guys, the initial results were shocking. Shocking. But oddly, I wasn't that surprised. Okay, so there's this feature on Tinder where it shows you how many people have swiped right on you or liked you. This doesn't include people that you have swiped right on or liked. As a blonde, I'm not even exaggerating in the slightest. I have screenshots. Within a minute of downloading the app, more than 25 people swiped right on me. After 4 minutes, more than 99 people swiped right on me. This was shocking to me. I've never gotten that kind of response on a dating app that quickly. It usually takes a lot longer for me to like build up the likes and stuff like that. And the caliber of guys that I was matching with on the Blond account, let me tell you, man, they were cute. They were cute guys with cute jobs. They were tall. These guys were really attractive and we would match immediately. So at first, I'm gonna admit, I was replying to messages as a blonde to see what would happen. Then one guy was showing a little bit too much interest, so I thought it was probably best if I told him what was actually going on and that I wasn't an actual blonde and I was just kind of doing this as an experiment. I felt bad for him and I didn't want him to get invested in somebody that frankly didn't exist. So I filled him in on the whole experiment. He actually was a journalist, so he totally understood. He kind of laughed it off. We laughed it off together. He added me on Instagram, but then oddly enough, he didn't really show much interest after that. So after that happened, I stopped replying to all the messages that I was getting. So as a blonde, I did find that I was matching with far more people off the bat within minutes of downloading the app. So these were the final results after 1 week. After 1 week as a blonde, I had swiped right on 100 men. I got 34 matches. 14 men messaged first. Now, let's talk about the redhead account. I set the blonde profile to private. I then made a profile with a few recent pictures of myself. And I listed my actual job. I made the account at around 1 p.m. and anxiously waited to see if I got the same number of likes. It didn't happen. I waited and I waited patiently. It took 11 minutes to get 2 matches. After 38 minutes at 1:38 p.m., I had 3 matches and 3 people had swiped right on me. Things started to pick up a little later. At 1:48 p.m., more than 25 people had liked me. And by 2:17 p.m., I had more than 99 people swipe right on me. I still only had 4 matches. The redhead profile, I just sort of found myself constantly swiping. I didn't see as many attractive men, and that's because I feel like Tinder puts people into your queue who have already swiped right on you. I literally ran out of swipes on the first day, and my account was frozen. I was just trying to get as many matches as the blonde. My account was frozen until the next day, and then I resumed. This is what happened after a week. Eventually, I swiped right on 100 men. It took a really long time. A lot longer on the redhead account, so I admit that kind of by the end of it, I was just sort of swiping right on like anybody that I found remotely attractive. As a redhead, I had 25 matches, and 15 men had messaged first. So the conclusion, the comparison between the 2 accounts was insane. I can't believe how many likes I got as a blonde within a couple of minutes of downloading the app. Yet it took almost an hour and a half as a redhead to get the same number of likes. I waited about an hour and the likes did go up, but my matches didn't. Overnight, I did get more matches, but nowhere near as many as the blonde account. One thing I will say is that whenever I saw someone that I recognized from matching on the blonde account, I swiped right. And I found it really interesting that no one recognized me. Like no one figured out that they had matched with the same person, but one of them had blonde hair. And interestingly, some of them used the exact same opening line. One guy said, "Marry me" to both women. Another sent both account gifts as an opening line. This kind of leads me to believe that on dating apps, people are just swiping right so fast that they're not even taking a second look at who they're swiping on. At least they're not taking a good enough look to realize that they're actually matching with 2 people that are the same person. I know I look at all the pictures of every single guy, I read their profiles, I take a really good look at who they are before I even consider swiping right. I know a lot of women who do this, and I know a lot of women who look at people's profiles and sort of gauge, you know, is this someone that I want to spend time with? Is this someone that doesn't really seem like a lot of fun? Anyways, guys, I deleted both profiles and I probably won't be using dating apps for a while. This isn't a total downer. An interesting kind of takeaway that I will say is that more men messaged me first as a redhead than as a blonde. And this is because I used a lot of pictures as a redhead that show me smiling and they look like I'm a friendly person and an open person and someone that they might want to talk to. So if you ever create a Tinder profile or a dating app profile, make sure that you use pictures of yourself where you look nice and like you have fun and that you're a good time. So guys, let me know down there in the comments, do these results surprise you? Could there be anything else that contributed to these results? Let me know what you think down there in the comments. Do you think guys prefer blondes? And you should also let me know any other experiments that you think I should do. Should I try this experiment as a brunette? Thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you kind of learned something today. Maybe you want to dye your hair blonde now. Maybe you don't. Anyways, like, subscribe, see you in the next video.